All right. Um, this is the response you guys wanted. This video is a response to all the defenders of Marvel Rivals moderation team. I am going to respond to some of the comments that I got on that video I made calling out the Marvel Rivals community's misogyny. I do discuss many heavy topics such as sexual harassment, abuse, and violence. Please watch at your discretion. Conveniently, while planning this video, there was an instance in the past month wherein I was subjected to sexual harassment via Marvel Rivals, and can once again speak from a first-hand experience about the absolute degeneracy that Marvel Rivals has allowed to infiltrate their player base. First, I want to go over some of the more ludicrous comments to get them out of the way before we get further in depth on this issue. At Ma That Walks says, I mean, look at the skins they put out. They help create the environment. Then he goes on to rant about how the game is a quote, shitty Chinese version of Overwatch, and complains about the optimization. Disregarding the final opinion he shared, I would like to focus on the first sentence. Claiming that women on the game are getting sexually harassed because of the skins that the game has available to buy has the exact same victim blaming undertones as singing, well, she was wearing something promiscuous, so she deserved to be assaulted. This game has skins based off the comics. And sure, a lot of them include outfits where female and male characters show skin, but using them never ever gives someone the consent to commit sexual assault or harassment. Another comment made by user at Pasilatoru says, shit talking has been an integral part of gaming. Why should men change their behavior they have grown used to since the dawn of gaming to accommodate women? Yeah, shit talking is a toxic behavior, but before women joined the lobbies, no one cared enough to make a big stink out of it. I've seen this argument a lot in other comments as well, and here's the problem with this specific point. Sexual harassment is not shit talking. In the United States, threats of harm, violence, and abuse aren't even protected under the freedom of speech. Maybe the shit talking you've received over games seemed like regular video game banter made by men, but you, as a man, have never had to feel what it really feels like to fear for your life and your well being simply because of your gender. Young girls are taught to be at high alert in parking lots and their own neighborhoods because of the lengths that horrible people will go to. So, yes, threats of sexual violence online are totally and utterly unacceptable, regardless if they're serious or not. I don't want to hear your sloppy excuse of a defense towards these boys and men who have sisters, mothers, grandmothers, and God forbid, daughters. If their jobs in schools were to read their threats and there's a likely possibility they would be fired or expelled, why is Marvel Rivals allowing these people an outlet to keep making these violent and abusive threats towards women? As someone who has experienced this firsthand on multiple occasions, I'd like to show the evidence I gathered from a threat I received on April 4th, 2026. We really need to talk about how so many young men are using Marvel Rivals as an outlet to be misogynistic, and they know that it's never going to trace back to them, it's never going to affect them in real life, because it's just a game. I got rape threats today. This guy said, I'm gonna hold you down and force it in. And he also referenced it at the very end of the game. These boys would not have the confidence nor gall to say that to someone's face in real life. But it's because they play Marvel Rivals that they have an anonymous outlet to say those horrible things. I think that there needs to be stricter punishments on stuff like this in Rivals. And if there's a possibility to IP track or, track emails that are being signed up for accounts, I don't know. It's just, yeah, this is not the first time.
So it took them a couple days to finally mute this person. In my opinion, they should have been banned. I don't know, maybe I'm that one friend that's too woke. At least something happened, but I think Marvel Rivals should be doing better.
Marvel Rivals has minors in this game. When are they going to take responsibility and action to protect their players from predators and violent misogynistic men? I never even voice chatted in that game. The threats were made over the allegedly moderated text chat. There's no way you can't implement a moderation algorithm that catches those combinations of words. And their moderation team can't keep relying on user reports. How many more women and children need to be exposed to sexual violence and harassment before they finally buckle down and do something about it? Overwatch, a video game within the same genre as Marvel Rivals, requires a certain level of teammate approval after matches before users can unlock the voice chat feature. Of course, this doesn't stop dedicated offenders from going through the work just to unlock the voice chat, but it sure as hell keeps them from creating a new account and instantly having access to it off rip. Another point I've seen is the possible issue of IP bans. These could be useful for preventing repeated assaulters from creating new accounts. And once again, we have the pessimist saying, well, can't people just use a VPN to alter their IP? In my opinion, people going to that length to harass women and children need their hard drives checked. But let me ask you, so many criminals go undetected each year. Does that mean we should lift the law enforcement on crimes? Clearly not. The safety systems put in place must do their job to the best of their capabilities, or else the people at the top are the ones responsible for these incidents. This was Let's Discuss with Mad Kitty. Thank you for watching.